The $1 billion that's available through the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities grant, or the BRIC grant as we call it, is mitigation funding. And the science proves that $1 invested in mitigation is going to save $6 in recovery costs. And so we now have an opportunity through this $1 billion program for this year alone to have a $6 billion
$6 billion
impact.
Do you think $1 billion is enough?
I don't think that enough money could be out there to help reduce some of the risks that we have right now. I think that this is the step in the right direction, that this is an opportunity for us to really see that system-wide mitigation approach to reducing the impacts that communities are feeling from disaster.
Citing this recent New York Times article, you've come under a lot of scrutiny for whites getting more money than blacks during natural disasters. How is your group going to deal with that?
I've seen firsthand how our most underserved communities are disproportionately impacted by disasters, and our programs have been known to have an inequitable distribution of how we implement them. We have a true opportunity right now as we learn from the lessons of how we incorporated equity into the delivery of our COVID-19 programs into all of our programs, and make sure that those communities that truly need the help the most are actually getting the help they deserve.
When you saw these studies, were you a little surprised at how these inequities lined out?
I wasn't as surprised as I probably should be, but I think we have so much opportunity now to embrace the fact that we have this knowledge and that we can make changes to our programs. We want to hear from the American people on how we can do our programs more equitably. We have put a request for information out on our website on FEMA.gov under the Events tab that's asking you to tell us what we can do differently in the delivery of our programs. It's available to respond to until July 21st.
What about the ability to bounce back quickly? Are you going to be the type, we got to get these people back on their feet quicker? Just take Lake Charles, for example. They're still reeling in this disaster from Laura and Delta, the double blow last year.
Right. Well, and they're reeling from
and the winter. And
the
flood
winter and the flood that they just had 2 weeks ago.
The list goes on.
If we don't get that done quickly, then when the next event happens, it's just going to be even more magnified, right? They're going to have greater impacts that are compounded from the previous event. And so we have to be able to get in there, stabilize quickly, and start that rebuilding process in a way that doesn't make them weaker for the next incident.
So let's go back to Lake Charles. Nick Hunter, the mayor, has been very vocal about not getting enough help. He wants more help. What are you saying to him?
I say that FEMA is here to help you, and if we need to come out and if I need to come meet with you and hear what your struggles are and where you're not getting that assistance, I'm happy to have that conversation. We have a lot of bureaucracy here in the federal government, and one of my goals is try to limit that as much as possible. I'll never get rid of all of it, but I remember what it's like to be a local. I understand the struggles that it takes to try to maneuver your way through the federal system. And so I want to hear what the struggles are so we can put measures in place to make a difference.